Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome on into North Dakota today. It is time to get cozy. If you're looking for a way to stay warm this winter, Chopper Mill Mittens can help. We have Jill Koffenberg, the CEO and founder of Chopper Mill Mittens, joining us this morning to tell us how to take advantage of our mittens this winter, right? Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's so wonderful to have you on. We love everything about the product. It is the cutest set of mittens I've ever seen. Tell us about Chopper Mill.
Thank you. Well, so Chopper Mill is based in Stillwater, Minnesota, and we're an e-commerce company first. Okay. And we are in a couple little retail stores in Stillwater, but we are super proud to be the first female-founded company based around kids' mittens specifically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty important, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Kind of blazing the trail, so to speak. Okay, so tell us about some of our mittens.
So my son Kai, he likes to take credit for this company, by the way.
Great work.
He's now 11. But when he was 5, he lost his favorite pair of mittens. And at the time I was staying at home with kids, and so I thought, well, why don't I try to, find one to match the one that we lost so that we can just get through this season. Yeah. Because the reality is he's going to grow out of those next year and then we won't be able to use them, right? Yeah. So I didn't want to have to buy another pair. Well, I couldn't find anything online that had that option. And so I decided that, although I love a lot of the mittens, I think that I could design one a little bit better. Yeah. And so after a lot of research, a lot of mitten buying, I decided to come up with what I think is the best mitten on the market.
Yeah, well, let's put some on. I love, and explain kind of the design too. No more lost mittens, huh, Kai?
No. So the premise of the company is that if you buy a pair of mittens from us, you will get one for free, no questions asked. Wow. Period. Okay. So you never have to worry about buying the good mittens anymore, right? There's no reason to sacrifice that for some that are not as good quality. And then also, if you lose a second, you can buy a single at any time. So we're also trying to be less wasteful and more sustainable with our approach to the environment. And these mittens, let me just tell you, my son Kai is the most picky child on the planet, and he absolutely loves them. And yes, he and my other 2 kids who actually did all the research and development. Our kids went to an outdoor school during the time that I developed this product.
An outdoor school?
Yes, in Minnesota. Yeah.
I was like, wait, we got to rewind on that. What?
Yeah.
So they needed these for day to day. This wasn't just for hockey. This wasn't just for out and about having fun. This was crucial.
Well, this school in particular focuses on integrating nature into what they learn. So they'll take them into the forest and they'll do multiplication with the different branches on a tree, etc. Right? So when they took them out there, they also integrate 2 different recesses a day. Plus they're walking in between classrooms outdoors. So mitten is very important in the winter so that they're focused on their school. And I can tell you that there was a lot of iterations. Every time they would come home from school, I would say, how were they? Were they cold? Were you able to grab things? We have a pre-curve on all of the mittens. So anyways, this is kind of the design that we felt was the best for kids. And so then eventually, this year actually, I just expanded to adults. So now I have adult mittens too.
Wow, yeah, let's talk about it, because these are so cute. These are the trendiest, you never think of mittens being the cutest little addition to your winter attire until right this second.
I mean, here's the reality, is that I'm a hockey mom and I'm stuck in a rink. Well, basically every weekend I have about 10 games between 3 kids on average. And I agree. I think that, your coat matters and your mittens matter and your hat matters. And you know what? It's nice to have a nice, soft, quality mitten. We also did a nice version where we have the cuffs. They're a little bit longer so that they're able to perfectly go over your puffy jacket. So the angle is really nice. Wow. And we have 3M thin slit on the inside, so it's antimicrobial. High pour, which is basically a membrane so that it keeps the water out. And it's goat leather that we're made with on the top, and nice little cinch. And one of my favorite things for the kids though is this. So I made a backpack clip because when they're at that outdoor school, so every time in between those recesses, they obviously get a little wet, right? And so it was a way for them to dry them. So all they do is hook it, and then it's hanging on their backpack while they're at school. And then when they come home, right, you always say, get outside, get some energy out. So now when they get home, their mittens aren't wet. They're actually ready to go.
They're not soggy.
So it's a small thing, but it's an important thing for parents.
This is incredible. And the amount of research and the experience that went into this and the different variations, I had no idea what to expect when you were coming on. And this is blowing my mind right now. So now the adults can jump in on the fun, not just for kids, but you also have a foundation.
I do have a foundation. So, you know, we had our first winter last year, and during the summer, obviously, I'm not selling mittens. And so I had time to reflect on, you know, kind of what was important to me. And when I came down to it, I just thought, how is it that we can get mittens into people in need, right? And so I just ultimately came up with this idea of 20% of profits from Chopper Mill will go to Chopper Mill Foundation, which will in turn that and take the ability to give mittens to nonprofits and shelters that need it for kids. Because I will tell you, I actually got a message just the other day of someone that just couldn't find anywhere in Minnesota, and they were in need. And so I've seen the need for this, and I feel very passionate about, you know, taking Chopper Mill and turning it into, you know, a really heavy purpose. I'm not just doing this to work. You know, I'm doing this so that I can make an impact in my community. And yeah, it's the most fun I've ever had in my career. So yeah, I think sky's the limit.
This is so uplifting and inspiring. The more you go on, the more I'm like, oh, I want to found mittens too. I want to change the world through my mittens. I just think it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we can't let you go without learning exactly where to order a pair.
Sure. You just go to choppermill.com, and you can go on there, and then if you lose one, you just go to Lost a Chopper.
Okay.
And that's how you fill out that lost, you know, single that you need, and we ship it to you for free.
I love that. Wow, I'm wishing you nothing but the most success on this.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for coming
really appreciate it.
Of course. Wow, I am stunned. All right, stick around, everybody. Plenty more coming up right here on North Dakota Today.